What's going on, guys? Doomwake here, and welcome back to some more Pioneer content on the channel. As always, before we continue, if you enjoy this type of content, please consider subscribing to the channel. It really does help out a lot, and let me know in the comment section down below what you thought of the video. Are you guys enjoying the Pioneer content? Do you guys want to see some different formats? Since the RC is now over, it might be time to switch it up a little bit, but I do really want to highlight some of the interesting innovations that have been coming out over the past couple of weeks leading up to the regional championship, which certainly had an impact on our deck selection. To give you, some context, I ended up playing the Rakdos tree deck in the regional championship, which I loved a lot. I'm gonna do a video on that one too. But I was actually very close to playing this mono black demons deck, which a few people in my Discord, the Discord that I was testing with, a few people landed on this deck. And I think that they made a really good choice as well. So the idea here is, you'll notice the deck name is called Mono Black Twin. You might ask me, Doomwake, why are we calling this a twin deck? Well, it does actually have a two-card combo kill. So in the form of Unstoppable Slasher, which you can cast on turn 3, it says whenever it deals combat damage to a player, they lose half their life. Bloodletter of Aclazotz says if an opponent would lose life during your turn, they lose twice that much life. Well, if they're losing half their life, half doubled is in fact all, which means that if you can assemble this combo and connect with Slasher, they lose all their life. But it's not just that. So we have that as one angle of attack. We have a lot of interactions, so the full 8 discard, 4 Duress, 4 Thoughtseize, alongside 4 Fatal Push, 3 Edict, and 2 Go for the Throat, so a lot of interaction. And then Archfiend of the Dross, which is a card that Rakdos midrange has been adopting. It's really good against Phoenix because they can't Lightning Axe it. They have to at least use 2 removal spells on it, and it gives you a nice way to close out the game. Also, Archfiend with a Bloodletter, not only does it double the trigger on your turn, it also means it hits for 12, which is just an obscene amount of damage when you have these two in play. Now, you'll notice that Bloodletter of Aclazotz and Archfiend of the Dross both happen to share a creature type. What if I told you they also printed a card in the new set that paid you off for having said creature type? And enter Unholy Annex. This card is, I missed this one on the spoiler. I didn't really realize, I was like 3 mana, you draw a card, you lose 2 life. Seems worse than Phyrexian Arena, because Phyrexian Arena is, a 3 mana enchantment. On your upkeep, you draw a card and lose 1 life. But it's so much more than that. So not only once you have a demon in play with the Annex side of things, you don't lose the life anymore. You gain 2 life and they lose 2 life. That life loss also happens to be doubled by Bloodletter. So if you can curve Annex into Bloodletter, you gain 2, they lose 4. That's a lot. I was actually surprised at how often the 5 mana part of this came up, especially in the video itself, where sometimes that's just how the game goes. You get the 5 mana, you end up wanting to cast, you have some mana left over, you got nothing else to do with your mana, make a 6/6. And if you are short a demon, if you can't find a Dross or a Bloodletter, then this is a demon to fulfill the first half of the first half of the room, rather, excuse me. One other thing worth noting is that Mutavault is all creature types. All creature types includes demon. So you can set up this curve where you can even sometimes go like turn 3 Annex, turn 4 Annex, activate Mutavault, trigger both of my Annexes. Like those draws are kind of sick too. A lot of cool stuff you can do with Mutavault, with Mutavault and the Annex. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. There's a couple of Bankbusters for some additional card advantage. But other than that, it is a mono black deck, so we do get to play a lot of utility lands in the form of 4 Castle Locthwain, which, by the way, I think that's a little too many. I think 3, maybe even 2 copies is, more reasonable. 4 is, especially with this low of a swamp count, 4 is a little too much for me. 4 Field of Ruin, 3 Mutavault, a couple of Sunken Citadels, 1 Takenuma, and 1 Urborg. And then in the sideboard, we have Misery's Shadow, which I presume is here for Jund's Sacrifice, to where if they, put a Cauldron Familiar into the graveyard, goes to exile, Go Blank against Phoenix, Path of Peril against Rakdos and Convoke, Extinction Event against, other aggressive decks, and good against Mono Green, copy a Sheoldred, and Invoke Despair, a Meathook Massacre, 2 Ashiok, and 2 Unlicensed Hearse. So yeah, this is one of the breakout decks of the weekend, and I am excited to play this deck. I'm excited to showcase these games to you guys because I think that you will enjoy them. So without further ado, I will see you back here in just a little bit for round number 1. I was thinking about this morning. If we expect blue-white control to be like 30%... Oh, why did I keep this? I misclicked. If we expect blue-white control to be 30% of the metagame, like what is the one single deck that just completely shits on blue-white? There has to be something, right? Like there has to be one deck that they just cannot beat. I think it's Lotus, right? Blue-white Spirits. Yeah, but doesn't Spirits get dumpstered by Phoenix? Yeah, like so it's so funny. I've heard so many blue-white control players say that they're favored against Rakdos, or like they don't mind playing against Rakdos. But every time that I play Rakdos against blue-white, like I don't feel like the matchup is that bad. Like I'm perfectly comfortable playing Rakdos against blue-white. I could have played the Slasher there and just hoped to gamble on drawing a land, but I felt like without the land at hand, I was supposed to play the Annex there. That could be wrong. I did ask a specific question, yeah. So that means Tonber is playing Spirits in DC, right? Oh, please Thoughtseize me. My hand's all the same card. My hand is all 4 drops. Yeah, I think that there's a very good chance that if I don't like the Gruul deck, I'm probably just going to register Rakdos mid. With like maybe a couple tech choices. But I don't know why people shit on Rakdos. I think it's still good. Like every time I've played it, I've liked it. Why do people not like Rakdos mid? Like, is there any discernible reason? Go. They're sick of it. I mean, it's just a fine deck, right? It's not bad. It's not fancy, you know. It's Thoughtseize Fatal Push, but there's nothing fancy about it. Did y'all see the Esper Oculus deck? Let me see if I can find this. There is an... Oh, dude, you gotta check this deck out. Alright, peep this. It was from a challenge. And they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming. This thing. Alright, give me a removal spell, please. It's not a removal spell. Hey, now. Activate. I could have played the Bloodletter that turn, maybe. It's good for next turn. This game is still winnable, I think. I made sure to put every single alternate art possible in this deck just to piss Chad off. Have you been sufficiently pissed off yet? In case anybody is wondering, I got decimated in Fantasy this week, and not only did I get decimated, not only did I lose very badly, I also lost Rashee Rice, who may have a torn ACL. So that's not good. What's up, Doctor of Time? I'm not sure right now. As of right now, Gruul Delirium, we're going to spend some time on it, see if I can get it to a point where I like it. And if not Gruul Delirium, likely Rakdos, maybe Phoenix. I'm going to bring both Rakdos and Phoenix. I might end up just flipping a coin. I deadass might just flip a coin. I don't know what my out is. I mean, I can kind of just keep pace with the Atraxa, right? What did they reveal? It's impossible to tell what they revealed off the Atraxa because it just shows their entire library. Push, Bankbuster, Ob, Fountain Port Extinction Event. Okay, so they can't kill this at instant speed. So, honestly, what if we did this? They'd take 8, go to 7. They gain 7 back, go to 14. Not the worst. They can Extinction Event to clean up this, but we have a backup one, so it's like to be cared that much. Yeah, I could have animated Mutavault. Take 16 next turn. Well, they can. We know they can kill the one Bloodletter at least because they have Extinction Event, which I assume they're going to cast this turn. Oh, did somebody share the Mardu Reanimator deck? Dude, this deck looks so. This deck won a challenge. This deck won a challenge, chat. It won the challenge. No, not the standard challenge. Okay, let him cook. 14, 10, 14, 7. Math checks out. What you got over there, Car Pizza? Fuck that, fuck that, fuck that, fuck that, fuck that. They're just dead next turn, right? Brother, what the fuck? If they don't draw a removal spell, they're just dead. Dude, this is gas. Holy shit. Oh, man. Wait, did we find the RC deck? So they drew Fatal Push? I mean, I'll just take 9. Fine. It's an easy 9 for me. We can do a Fatal Push check. It doesn't matter. They're dead. Oh, they drew Torch. I see. Dedge. Dude, this is so gross. So gross. All right, I pass. Your turn. How much damage they take off each? Oh, it's 8 off each. Okay. So my opponent put Atrax into play on turn 5, had it attacked with it 3 times. They attacked with it 3 times, and it didn't matter. 3 attacks. Who cares? Atraxa who Megalol. I don't give a shit. All right, what are we board against? Transmogrify. I don't know. This is the weird thing about playing against this Transmogrify deck is I never know. Like, I guess I shouldn't say I never know how to sideboard, but I should say I never know how much removal I am supposed to keep in. Like, do you keep in all the Fatal Pushes against them, right? Because it is just 1 mana. They can't combo off. So I think Fatal Push is good. The issue is they do have a lot of discard spells, so they can keep you off Fatal Push. But, like, do I have anything in my sideboard that I actively want? I don't know. Maybe. Like Sheoldred, if the game goes long, Invoke Despair. Despair is pretty good against Fable, right? Goblin could be okay. Mill the Atraxas with Ashiok? I don't know about that. I mean, I guess they do search their library with the case, but it's kind of narrow. What if I just didn't sideboard? Is that crazy? Like, I don't really know that I want any of these cards. Like, all right, hear me out. I'm gonna try shaving 2 Duress for 2 Go Blank. Just like very light sideboarding. I don't think we have to do a lot. What could possibly go wrong with this hand? The answer is nothing. You think Ashiok is worth just shutting off the case searching? Everyone is playing Pioneer because the regional championship is coming up this weekend, or at least the regional championship in the United States is coming up this weekend. I believe the next regional championship, I think, is the one in France, or the one in Europe, rather, which is, what, second week of November, I believe. I don't know if there's one before that, but... Ooh, they missed a land drop. Let me slam this. Yeah, one thing that I mentioned earlier is, like, I have been so impressed with this card. I thought it was kind of a joke at first, but I think it's one of those cards that you don't realize how good it is until you play it. But it has exceeded my expectations for sure. Honestly, I don't really care if they if they put Atrax into play next turn. I think if they put Atrax into play, we win. So I'm just gonna cast Archfiend. Well, do you cast Archfiend first or Bloodletter? Maybe it's Bloodletter. I'm definitely casting a 4-drop. I could go Archfiend attack for 6, or attack for 4. Or Bloodletter deal them 4. So it's 4 damage either way, right? Well, it's 4 damage either way, but the Archfiend hits for 12 next turn. If they don't put Atrax into play. No, because Bloodletter cannot crew the Bankbuster. It's only a 2/4, so I can't crew the Bankbuster if I play Bloodletter. I think I'm just going to cast the Archfiend. I think I like this. So they take 6 this turn, they go to 14, begin 2, go to 15. And then, yeah, like I said, even if they Atrax us, we can just kill it, deal them 2, they go to 12, hit for 6, they go to 6. Like, we're just fine. It's kind of crazy to not Duress plus push plus bank. Why? If they cast Transmogrify, they're just dead. Like, I just don't care if they cast Transmogrify. It doesn't do anything. They're 12. Yeah, now I can go Duress plus Archfiend. I'm not taking Transmogrify, though. I'll tell you that much. I actively want them to cast this. I think I might take Thoughtseize. Is that weird? 11, 13. I don't think it's weird. Let me go here, here. Here. They go to 8, then they go to 6. We go to 13. Yeah, if they cast Transmogrify, they're just dead. We go Black Source, Throat, Bloodletter, kill you. Unless they board it into, like, Yawgmoth or something. But I guess they can Fatal Push the Archfiend, but that doesn't matter, right? Because then I can just go Bloodletter, Animate, Crew, hit for 8. True, they can't Giganta because of or they can't Yawgmoth because of Giganta. You're right. Deck is smooth. Smooth, smooth, smooth. Okay. This hand's okay. Oh, mono green. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Who plays Leyline? Shutting down, but I won't follow. I am titanium. Oh, this is gone, right? Okay. Yeah. They have Rakdos Troll. I actually think that man, I think the Trailblazer is scarier, right? It has to be. Gonna be a field for the Nykthos. What's up, Duncan? I'm gonna take the Trailblazer and just go field pass. I guess playing the field means they're just not gonna play the Nykthos this turn. Yeah, they're just not gonna play the Nykthos, but that's fine. I could just tap out for Archfiend next turn. Like, if I don't play the field, then they're, you know what I mean? Then I can't use the field, so it's the same thing. All right. Don't kill me next turn, please. I guess I do need to find a removal spell, right? Because this Archfiend's not going to do it by itself. Like, if I draw 3 lands in a row, I'm just going to die. Because they're going to take 18 before I die. So, yeah. Removal spell, please. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. They still have Nykthos as their last card. Give me a removal spell or a room. Uh-oh. This could get dicey. Surely I'm not going to die to my own Archfiend, right? That would never happen. There's no way I could die to my own Archfiend. Right? Okay, well, you know. When they're hellbent and they draw Trailblazer into Storm the Festival, probably going to have a bad time. Those were draws, let me tell you. Those were definitely draws. Okay. I went from didn't think I could possibly lose to can't possibly win. All right, how about we play a game where you don't draw 3 perfects in a row? Let's try that this time. I would appreciate that. Path of Peril bad, Ashiok bad. Misery Shadow is kind of interesting because it stops the Old Growth Troll and Cavalier of Thorns. That might be worth it, actually. Go Blank bad, Despair bad. Not a huge fan of Edict against them. And not a huge fan of Bankbuster. Let's try that. Invoke Despair is just a little too slow, I think, is the issue. I'm going to keep this, although I'm not enthused about it. Okay, they didn't have Lane Line, which is good. Unstoppable Slasher. Just how unstoppable is he? He's pretty unstoppable, right? Reveals Old Growth Troll. He can't be stopped. Literally can't be stopped. Yep. Yep. I guess I'll take the trade. I mean, they have to trade, right? They can't just take 9. It does give them more mana, but I can duress them here. Do we need to find some more gasolina? Right. Okay, go. Nice card, streamer. Nice card. 50% of the time, it misses every time. I mean, Duress is pretty good against, like, what? Blue-White Control, good against Phoenix. There are a decent amount of decks that play a shit ton of creatures, though, and it is bad against those. mean, it can be good. It can be good. To an extent, though. You don't want to have a ton of it. But like being able to take their cruises is pretty important. And I feel like the latter happens more than the former, but it is an extremely high roll deck. When you're high rolling, you are fucking high rolling. Like you do feel invincible sometimes. This hand is a little sus. It needs to draw back-to-back lands. I don't think it's good. Yeah, okay. This is probably better. Chained Fable, Get Lost. What if I just took Get Lost so they can't kill this? Oh, they have Frillback, though. Alright, I have to take Fable then. Tranquilo. Tranquilo. It'd be kind of nice if they didn't hold up the Get Lost this turn. I mean, it's kind of free for them to do so, right? Wait, this Slasher is actually kind of insane because they can't chain to the Roxit. Because if they chain to the Roxit, then I could just get it back. So they don't even want to cast the chain here. They may just Get Lost it, but I'm pretty happy with that. What's roughly the hit for breakout from the list from before? Roughly the hit. I don't know. I didn't like run any of the numbers per se, but I don't think it's like it definitely does miss. I don't know what the exact number is, but it definitely does miss. Okay, there's really no reason to do this now, so I think we can just pass. What was it? What, 20 creatures? So what somebody run the numbers. So breakout, 20 creatures. I'm sure Frank Carson has an article on it, right? What if I just search for Frank Karsten breakout? Breakout. I'm sure he has... okay, here it is. See, if you need anything regarding math, Frank is your guy. All right, creatures in a 60-card deck, 20. Probability to hit a creature, 92%. That's pretty good, right? 92 is pretty good. I'm happy with those odds. I'll take my 8%er, you know what I mean? Fable. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. They have Thrillback, Get Lost in hand. You're happy with a 1 out of 12 chance of spending 2 mana to do actual nothing? Yeah. I mean, like, look, it's not, like, look at this, okay? The difference is, okay, so 20 creatures, 92%. 26 creatures, 97%. Or, like, I guess, you know, I guess the difference between 20 and 22, you know what I mean? Like, maybe you could go to 22 and, like, brick slightly less often, but is 2% that much of a jump to get to 22? Sure, 26, but, you know, it's like 26 is kind of a lot. That, like, 20 and adding 6 more is a lot, it's what I meant to say, you know what I mean? Somebody told me. You want to take 9? Would you like to take 9, Demon? You would not like to take 9. Respectable choice. Could have got greedy and mapped first, but... Alright, should have mapped first. I did kind of need to hit a land there pretty badly, so maybe I should have mapped. I mean, we've spent 95% of the stream playing the Gruul deck, Kai Worlds, which I do like that deck, and I am going to be spending a lot more time on it. Like, at least today and tomorrow, all of my time is going to be spent playing the Gruul deck. Maybe not on stream, because, you know, I don't want to do back-to-back I don't want to do like 3 Gruul streams in a row or whatever. I want to get some more content out there, but I am like very, very invested in making that deck good. And maybe that's for better or worse, but I like it a lot. I'm a big fan. And I think there's a lot of potential with that deck. I think I'm just going to cast this. Heliod, the Radiant Dawn. Currently at 21 creatures, 16 mana value, 2 or less. Which I like this for now and go up to 23, 24. Yeah, I mean, like I said, you don't have to jump up too much. Because, like, the difference between adding 2... Like, basically, once you get to that point, it's like 1 creature is 1%. So you kind of have to, like, weigh the odds of... I want the counter on the Bloodletter. You want to weigh the odds of, like, is the 1% really worth it? Kind of thing. I'm going to graveyard that. It might be. Some of the time it might be, but that's, like, kind of the question you have to ask yourself. It's like, do I really want to get that extra 1 or 2% just for that extra 1 or 2 creatures? But yeah, I think maybe like 22. I might try and figure out a way to get the 22, which I'm trying to think if there's a way I could do that while also keeping the other types the same for Delirium. But like when it comes to this deck specifically, you need to make sure that you have your type spread out, like your enough types to get Delirium consistently. I did like the Footfall Raiders a lot though. I was a big fan of that card. Yeah, you could shave 1 breakout. They can't cast Binding right now, right? They don't have 5 types. So we don't have to worry about anything. So let's hit a spell off this. I think this is lethal, right? I'm not good at math, but... wait, no, it's 16, right? Is it 16? I think it's 16. Okay. Take 16. Anyways, so take 16. Scrapwork Mutt sounds kind of interesting. What would you want to play Wayfinder over, Rattleclaw? The good parts are Flytrap and FOMO. I agree. Yeah. I don't know, though. I think that, well, here's the theory is that, yes, the best parts are Flytrap and FOMO, but the idea is like those cards are just generically more powerful when you're playing them in an aggressive deck. So the idea was to maximize those cards' full potential. That's where I wanted to play. That's where I wanted to play those cards. They're dead, right? I think they're dead. Because they cannot... Yeah, they flip the Fable. I want to keep 2 Creators. Maybe I'll try 3 for 3 at first. I'll try that off stream. Modify attack, they're at 2. Oh, because I lose the demon, right? But if I don't attack, then they just get lost this. Is that better, though? Maybe that is better. Yeah, you might be right. And now I also lost the other Bloodletter, which sucks. Be able to Fatal Push. What was their hand again? Beza, Beanstalk, Fable Land. Okay, it might just be dead now. Attack only big guy. Okay, so if I attack with only the big guy, they either chump block the Yorion and then hold up the Get Lost, which doesn't kill them, but it kills the Yorion, and then if they cast the Get Lost, then they just die. Okay, yeah, that would have been better. Yeah, you're right. Okay, good line. Good line. Good line. All right, Ashiok solos them, which is nice. Shadow bad. Go blank, good. Peril bad, Extinction bad. Shelly good, Despair good. Push out, Throat out. Although I guess Edict is maybe worse than Go for the Throat against them. So I have to keep in one of these 16 cards. What is the least bad card? Massacre, push. Maybe like a Misery Shadow, just because it's a threat. Could play one Edict too, I guess. It's okay against Fable. Okay. Duress, Ashiok, GG. Omen, Emperor, Beanstalk. I think I care the most about this card. Ding, 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 ding. Omen. Omen. You're playing the Callous Red deck. It's good. I mean, it is probably the best deck in the format. I don't know. It's so weird because I understand how good that deck is and I get it. But every time that I've tried to play it, I've just had such bad experiences with it. And I don't know if that, I mean, it's probably just like, skill diff or whatever, but I've not had great experiences with it. Even though I understand it's a good deck and I know that it's probably the best deck in the format. There's just something about it that I can't figure out. They discard Stomping Ground, Verge. Okay. Emperor has been gassed. Get this out of here. Go. They have chained land. Let's do this now, I guess. I don't know if there's a reason to do that now, but probably should wait until they put the token on. Put the counter on. I just like F6ing. I'm a really big fan of F6. Love the F6 button. That's not doing a lot, but... okay. Interesting. I'll take the Omen. So they have Chained Yorion. I guess I should do this now to try and draw Thoughtseize. Did not. Yeah, this matchup cannot be very good for this mono black deck. Look, I was all about it too for a second. I was like, this mono black deck feels pretty good. And then you play against, like, dude, mono black versus enchantments. It's just a tale as old as time itself, you know? It's a tale as old as time itself. I mean, what's the worst that could happen, right? Red Black made me feel scary with how popular Enigmatic has been recently. Yeah, that is the tough matchup, and maybe that's like, is there? Okay, hear me out, right? And I don't know if anybody has the answer to this question, and maybe they, don't want to tell me the answer if they do have the answer. How there has to be a way to make the Enigmatic matchup good from Rakdos. Like, I refuse to believe that you're just 0% against them and you can't do anything. There's got to be a way to fix it. Like, I was thinking about, I think the last sideboard that I had, whoa, let him cook. I think the last sideboard that I had 2 Ashioks and 2 of the 3 mana destroyed enchantment card. So, like, I had 4 cards specifically dedicated to that matchup, which it's unclear how good that 3 mana destroyed enchantment card is. It seems like a pretty good tempo play. The turn they go for Enigmatic, you just cast that and then blow up their Enigmatic, and it's kind of like you double time walk them, sort of, but... Yeah, I guess the Transmogrify version, although I don't know, though. Like, the Enigmatic decks are playing a lot more instant speed interaction to help contend with the Rakdos Prowess decks, and in turn, they even have more answers to break up your Transmogrify, and a lot of times they can just kill your Atraxa and outvalue you even after you've drawn 3 or 4 cards off Atraxa. Like, sometimes that just isn't even good enough. Thankfully, they didn't discard the tree. I'm a little surprised they didn't take the Annex. Streamer, why are you activating your Mutavault, streamer? Okay. That's nice. 1, 2... I guess it's fun. I got punished for playing this Field of Ruin, because now I can't Bloodletter and draw Fatal Push. But this was a good draw for sure, with 2 of these. At certain times, it played Forsaken Miner in the black mid-range sideboard to start pressuring and then trying to Thoughtseize plus Duress turn 3. Let's see if I can find it. NT Pioneer here, search. Was it... Oh, not that one. Is it this one? Yeah, this one. This one got 9th place in the challenge. So it's Harvester, Inti, Bone, like more Bone Crushers, Trespasser, less Archfiend, more Sheoldred. Also better against Enigmatic. Yeah, we could go back to like, we could cut this for Smuggler's Copter too and just go like Inti plus Copter. I would imagine that version has a better chance against Enigmatic, right? Yeah, they have 1 Withering Torment. No Ashioks, though. But I don't hate the idea of the Inti plus Copter, going back to that stuff. Dude, FOMO cooks in this deck. Okay, now it's 7. But I do get to go back up to 11, and they take 8, go to 6. They have 2 in hand. How likely am I to die if I just go Bloodletter pass? I mean, it's my only good play, right? Because I got punished for tapping or playing the wrong land like a Munson. I mean, I didn't draw push anyway, so it didn't matter, but... Just found that starting pressure on 1 against over-the-top decks really helps. Yeah, and I think that the combination of... What was I going to say? The combination of Smuggler's Copter plus Inti could also help that too. Oh, we're dead. All right, well, you know. We did die. We did die. I haven't played this tree deck yet with FOMO. Okay, so Hearth's good. Peril mid, Extinction mid, Shelly's kind of mid. Just there. I don't love Shelly against Fatal Push decks. Spare's bad, Meat Hook bad, Ashiok, whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna shave like a Duress, and I think Edict is kind of rancid against them. I know this looks weird, but Shadow isn't that bad because they do sack a lot of stuff. They like sack Harvester, sack Voldaren Thrillseeker, and it makes their Cauldron's a little worse. And what's also kind of cool is you can set up this weird line where, so you know how sometimes when you're playing the tree deck, you get to the point where you tree them, but it doesn't kill them on the spot. So you can do this really cool line where if you FOMO, right? You FOMO attack with a creature that has a counter on it, with like the tree underneath it with a cauldron, and then you go untap your creature. It's already attacking, but it's untapped. And then after it's attacking, once it's untapped before damage, you activate the tree to swap life totals, and then damage happens and they die. Like, I thought about that the other day, and that sounded like kind of sick. I'm not sure how often that comes up, but it sounds lit, right? Four Castle is great, bruh. I know. I drew 3 of them. I was hoping I would draw the 4th one. This one. Like, yeah, that one's worse against push, right? Probably should just play this. He discarded a Blood Crypt. Artifact, land, instant. Sure would have loved to play the Slasher that turn. Hey, Thomas, welcome to the stream. Why is Ashiok preferred over Grafdigger's Cage? So Ashiok is mostly here for, there's a couple of reasons. So it's better against Phoenix because exiling their graveyard is much more important than just stopping their Phoenixes from coming back because they're a Treasure Cruise deck. So it's better against Phoenix. It is also more, it's like there's other applications where you can board it in against specifically Enigmatic Incarnation because Enigmatic searches their library. So if you play an Ashiok against Enigmatic, they can no longer search their library. So it's good against that as well. At 14? Kind of getting toasted here. I think I have to do this. I don't really want to, but I think I have to. I'm sure there's some other reasons, like Bring to Light Ashiok shuts off. There's like random things that search people's library that Bring to Light that Ashiok shuts off. And again, for the most part, it's like against Phoenix, you would much rather just nuke their graveyard because it turns off their crews. Fear of missing out. Bro, stop Thoughtseizing me. Stop it. Not allowed. Not allowed. You better take the Slasher. I was hoping they wouldn't, but... Alright, YOLO. What's the worst that can happen? What is the absolute worst that can happen? Don't actually tell me the worst. Okay. Okay, now we need a land. I mean, land next turn and we are cooking. That was the worst that could happen, by the way, in case you were wondering. You've been really surprised how good Adeline has felt as a standalone threat in Orzhov Greasefang. Makes sense. That actually makes a ton of sense. The fact that it doesn't use the graveyard, so even if they rest in peace you, it's a very good threat by itself. And Greasefang is specifically a deck where your opponents really do have to mulligan aggressively for their graveyard hate. And sometimes if they mulligan too far, they like have a hand that's like they mulled a 5 to find a rip or whatever, and you just play this on 3, they may not be prepared for it. It is, what I find a little bit awkward about that Rattleclaw is the people who have Rending Volley in their sideboard, they're going to board those in against you for Greasefang, and I wonder if there is a threat that is similar to that is not a white creature. Like if we can find a threat that is similar, that same idea, that's like standalone threat good against graveyard hate, that would kind of be my idea. Not Dying to Emperor is nice. Yeah, Sentinel's kind of cool. And I feel like I've seen some Greasefang decks play Sentinel before. Anger Kumano. Just take Kumano. Sentinel's a really good call out because Sentinel does not die to volley or Emperor, and it like can help you find more stuff. I like that. That's a good idea. Yeah, I've seen some Greasebank decks main deck Sentinel. Some like main deck 1 or 2, sideboard a third or something like that. Yeah, I guess if you're talking about specifically Orzhov, then that would not work. I know this looks weird, but I want to tap out next turn, so I just want to get this out of the way. I can't afford to not tap out here. I have to get the stupid enchantment in play. Are there any black creatures that have vigilance? I don't think there is, right? That's like an ability that just don't put in black. Yeah, I don't think there's I don't think, not even just in Pioneer, I don't think there is a single black creature in the or a single black creature with vigilance in the history of Magic. I don't think they've ever done that, right? Well, blue had Sarah Sphinx, right? The plane shifted Sarah. I was gonna say Sarah Angel. I guess Atraxa. What the fuck is Ghost Hounds? You are correct. I am not aware of Ghost Hounds, but I'm gonna look up Ghost Hounds now. Ghost Hounds. Brother, where did you pull this from? Where did you find this card? 2 mana, 1/1. Attacking does not cause Ghost Hounds to tap. If assigned to block any white creatures or any white creatures are assigned to block it, it gains first strike until end of turn. What? 2 mana, 1/1 Vigilance, by the way. Yeah, but like Soul Flare doesn't count, right? Dude, how did I die this game? It's okay. I will simply draw Fatal Push off of my Unholy Annex. Average Homelands cards. You see, when you put it like that, it actually might be in like the top 5 in terms of, like, it might be in the top 5% of the file in terms of Homelands designs. That's probably better than a lot of the cards in the Homeland set. All right, we're gonna do a Scryfall search. I'm gonna search for all right, black text vigilance. Search. Oh, we died. Cool. Nice. Nothing counts. All right, Rakdos Prowess. Let's go Path Me, Extinction Event Me, and Bankbuster out, one of these out, one Duress. Could maybe cut a 4-drop against them. Let's do that. I'm just... Alright, whatever. I keep. I don't care. This deck... I can't with this deck, man. How'd this deck win a challenge? Can somebody explain to me how this deck won a challenge? It's my life. Clockwork Steed. Clockwork Genomes. Dwarven Sea Clan. Bro, I got way better things to do than play this deck. Hungry Mist. How hungry is it? All right, here's what I want you to do. I want you to not leave a blocker untapped, please and thank you. Just do me a big favor, Stu. Just, you're going to have to work with me a little bit. Temerian Fiends. Dude, this set is a disaster. Dude, I ain't blocking. I'm going to take it. You kill me. You let me know. If you have lethal damage, that's fine, but if not, you're going to die. It's an anti-card. Yeah, I know. See, this is how you get black artifact destruction. You have to put it on a fucking anti-card. That's the only way they would give you black cards that destroy artifacts. Otherwise, you just can't have it. All right, did you die? Cool. Good deck. All right, next game. Okay, I figured out how they might have won the challenge. They just did that every game. Their opponents just didn't know what's going on. Dude, they just could not give you a 2-mana 3/3 on the house, huh? You had to work for that shit. True, not a bear, by the way. I've been lied to, not a bear. 3/3 for 2. Yeah, isn't there a card from, I think it's Legends, right? It's like Gate to, not, is it Gate to Phyrexia? What is the card that I'm thinking of? There's a card from Legends, it's like something Gate or Phyrexia something. Oh, it is Gate to Phyrexia, okay. It's Antiquities, that's what it is. Card Gate to Phyrexia. Bro, I'm just going to take all your cards. Stu is not casting spells this game. Stu is not going to be casting spells this game. How many mountains does this deck usually play? I mean, let's find out. I think the answer is at least 1. But what if it's not 1? So Gate is BB, sacrifice a creature, destroy target artifact, activate only during your upkeep, and only once each turn. What a strange card. Activate during your upkeep. What a weird card. All right, Mutavault's going to have to go the distance here. Yeah, the fact that you can only activate it in your upkeep is so odd. What do we know they have? We know they had Thoughtseize and that's it. They don't have a removal spell here. He's going the distance. He's going for speed. This Mutavault has a lot of work to do. A lot of ground to cover. 2 blue burn spells. I know one of them is Psionic Blast. What's the other one? True, 1 less turn. They just time walked me. They just gave me a free time walk. Imagine. They definitely don't have a basic swamp, I'll tell you that much. Somebody tell me what the other, what's the other blue burn spell besides Psionic Blast? Psychic Purge. Blue sorcery. Deal 1 to any target. When a spell or ability an opponent controls causes you to discard Psychic Purge, that player loses 5 life. Jesus. Oh, now we're cooking. Now we are cooking. This game is over. Sure. I mean, you do what you gotta do, man. I mean, you could have done that in combat. Just saying. Clock. Oh my goodness. Now the clock is really established. You thought the clock was on before. Let me tell you. You know, what I could have done was just do both halves of this instead of attacking, but it doesn't matter. Does not matter. Yeah, this kills them faster, though. Does it not? I guess it's the same clock, right? No, this does kill them faster. If I do both sides, they go to 10, and then I only have 8 damage, right? Well, I guess the Mutavaults I had more than 8 damage, so whatever, it's fine. It just doesn't matter. Wait, actually, if they have Land, Titan Strength, Fling, we're dead. Perhaps I got a little overzealous here, huh? Please don't have Land Fling. Surely, right? Surely, right? Okay. Dude, you can't make me sweat like that, Stu. Come on, Stu. What the hell? I mean, Splinter Twin too strong, I guess. I can't blame him. Keep. I don't mean to alarm you, but I just wanted to let you know that our Castle Locthwain is entering the battlefield untapped for the first time in recorded history. Just want to make sure you're aware of that. They have Slick Shot and a bunch of lands. I'm cool with that. I can beat that hand. Just throwing it out there. Alright. Did not draw a lane, or did not draw a removal spell, rather. I actually kind of don't want to activate the field. I want to save it for when they go for the den, maybe. I'm just not going to do that. Where were you last turn? I mean, they're never going to hold a Slick Shot back, right? Like, what if we just cast this? There's 0% chance they're holding Slick Shot back. It's just not going to happen. I think this is worth it. Like, worst case scenario, they go, I don't know if they're playing the wizard stuff, but if they have Wizard's Lightning, they go here, hit for 6, then that's kind of bad, but take it. Take it. All right, do not deploy a blocker. Just, like, pick up Giganther or some shit. I mean, we didn't come here to not go for it. We didn't come here to not cast my Bloodletter. Ooh, they could have drawn Sokens on. That would be kind of a disaster. Fuck. Why didn't I say anything? God damn it. Shouldn't have said anything, chat. This is all your fault. So we know one of their last cards is a second stomping ground, right? Yes, we know they have one stomping ground. So what is the absolute maximum amount of damage I could take this turn if they have one pump spell? Because that's all they can have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we just take 11 and kill them, right? Because we know they have a second stomping ground from the Thoughtseize. Or from the Duress. I guess they could just have another blocker, right? They could just go blocker pass. It's my opinion on the red-white tokens controller list. I think it's okay. I don't think it's too bad. I guess the question would be, like, which one specifically are you talking about? Are you talking about the one that has creativity? Because there's a bunch of different versions. There's like that. There's ones that have creativity with Overlord of the Mistmoors. There's ones that have like I'm assuming you mean no creativity, just like Boros Control with High Noons, and I think that deck is fine. Um, I don't really know what it's bad against. Like, I think it beats the prowess decks. I think it's good against Phoenix because of main deck High Noon. I would presume that your control matchup is kind of tough, so I'd be a little bit hesitant against control. But other than that, you probably are not that bad against most other things. These are out. One of these... Wait, do I just cut all the Thoughtseizes? I don't know. I don't want to. I want to cut some 4s. It's got 2 of these. Maybe like 2 Thoughtseize. No, let's do 1 Thoughtseize, 1 Duress. They still have a lot of creatures. Yeah, the ones with Carrot Cake, so no creativity then. Yeah, I think they're good against Phoenix, good against Rakdos, not that great against Control, though. I would imagine you can probably just, like, sideboard more threats against Control. Like, the version specifically that I kind of like is the one that has the White Overlord, because that card is good against Control. They mull to 6. There's a Swamp on top of my deck. You simply just have to believe that there is a swamp on top of your deck. Every single time, by the way. It's always a swamp on top. Confirm not a swamp. Yeah, it does seem like a good metagame call against those. I would also assume that your Enigmatic matchup is probably bad. Because your playing against Enigmatic is like you just have a bunch of removal spells that don't do that much. And your High Noons also don't do that much. I'm going to do this, because this is better later on, because this plays around, what's it called? Should have let them resolve the trigger first, but this plays around Blossoming Defense. I can't even cast my Bloodletter next turn. Oh my god, what is this mana base? How am I playing a single color deck and I have a worse mana base than most 3-color decks? Like, what is going on here? You were let me down. I'm gonna do this now, I guess. Non-token creature. Wait, no. I fucked up. I shouldn't have 6'd. Damn it, I forgot to do this. That was stupid. Yeah, that was obviously bad. Just missed 2 damage for free. Should be at 14. Whoops. And instead, now I'm at 8. Yeah, now we're just gonna die. Because they can den us. And if I play Archfiend, I'm kind of just dead on board. Well, I guess the Archfiend can block here. So if I cast this, right? They flip this, animate this. I go to 10. Then I block here and take 4, 5, 6, 7, go to 3. As opposed to Extinction Event, go to 6, take 4, go to 2. So it's like kind of the same thing, but I think this is just better. Because I get a body in play. That's bad. Ventus TPD, thank you for the 21-month resub. Welcome back, Ventus. So now we can't gain life, right? That's not great. How do we win if we can't gain life? Target the demon. Do I not understand how this card works? Stealth damage your target. Oh, it's only if they hit a player. Oh, okay. I didn't know how that card works then. Well, I guess in that case, we could go Extinction. I think what we have to do is event odd, animate Mutavault, go to 6. Take 4, go to 2. Like, I don't know if there's any other way to survive. Yeah, but that's what we have to do, right? Event odd, animate, hope they don't have a removal spell from Mutavault. You know, I think this game would have been a lot easier if I had not fucked up activating Mutavault. Oh. Well, now we can't gain life. Now we're just dead. Okay. Alright, game 3. Nemesis kind of cooked that game, huh? Spexus, thank you for the 20-month resub. Welcome back, Spexus. Appreciate the sub. Hope you have a good day today. Castle Locthwain is not allowed to enter the battlefield untapped. Literally ever. It's just not possible. They said it couldn't be done. And it, in fact, cannot be done. Case Frenzy, huh? Get this fucking case out of here. Yeah, yeah. Still calling. 2 Slick Shots and a Swift Spear, huh? 2 Slicks, 1 Swift. Give me an untapped land, please. For the love of Christ, do not give me a castle. Please don't give me another kid. I don't know, man. You called? Nice meta base. I don't understand how this is a mono black deck with the quite possibly the worst mana base that I've ever played in my entire life. We're playing a mono black deck. Like, how is this possible? How is it possible? Yeah, 4 Castle is just like, I think I've activated Castle exactly once this entire league, and it was in a game that I couldn't possibly lose anyways. Like, this card's not even that good. All right, well, I cast it. Just fucking YOLO, I guess. It's a Guildgate? It is. Especially when you're playing with Takenuma and Mutavault and Field of Ruin, and like you have like half of your lands don't even trigger the castle. All right, you win. I quit. You win. All right, last match. Just like splashing good cards. Somehow you have added a color to the deck and made the mana better. Explain that. Yeah, Obnexilus is kind of sick with Archfiend too. Like just like large creature that has a large amount of power. And that does pair nicely with Obnex. Dark Ritual and Standard. I don't know about that. Alright, show me your secrets, OVC. Questing Druid, Slick Shot, Play with Fire, Monstrous Rage, Kumano. Notably, they did not reveal Gigantha, which is interesting. What would that mean? Like Burning Tree Emissary, maybe? Could be for Fury. The nice thing about playing against the red-green version is you don't have to worry about dying on turn 3. Because I'm not going to say all of them, but most of the red-green versions do not play the Fling. At least the ones that I've seen. So, like, we're not going to die this turn. If they don't have Fling, of course. I think we do die if they have Fling, though, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we die if they have fling. Land fling, I guess. Which they only have 2 unknown cards, so it would have to be land fling. Alright, Slick Shot has been cast. I ain't gonna block. I ain't doing it. I ain't blocking. Ooh, playing defense, huh? I mean, I get it, but at the same time, if you're playing defense, how can you ever win? You know? Like, I understand it, but like, what's the plan, right? Like, yeah, I'm just gonna kill you next turn. Okay, so they have 6 cards in hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Rage, Druid, Nemesis, Play with Fire. I guess I take a Rage? Probably. Yeah, I think I take a Rage. And then I'm just gonna attack them. And if they want to go block Rage, I have the push. Sure. Oh, right. They can just do this. Okay, that was bad. I should have pushed. For some reason, I thought they couldn't, like... I thought it was only going to be +1. I'm stupid. Yeah, I should have just pushed. I'm big stupid. I don't understand why I thought that, but for whatever reason, I thought that it was only going to be a 2-power creature. So I should have just pushed. I think we're still... Well, I was going to say we're still okay, but... We're less okay now. I mean, we're still a huge favorite, but... We're changed them. It'll be a little bit easier if they were at 10 instead of 20. That'd be a little bit easier. Small mistake. Medium mistake. Bona, what's up? Where you at? So their hand is Nemesis, Rage. We took the second Rage, right? So they have Nemesis, Druid, Play with Fire, Rage. That's their whole hand. I think if they attack, I'm probably going to block. But I never change their lives. Shoots are never... I am blocking that. So they say... Is there a reason Enigmatic isn't one of them? So I think that blue-white control is very likely to be probably the second most played deck. And if that's the case, I would prefer to not be on Enigmatic because I think that matchup is kind of sketchy. So that's honestly the main reason why I don't want to be on Enigmatic is just the blue-white matchup. I do think that deck is good, though. And I think it has a good enough Phoenix matchup, a reasonable... the Rakdos Prowess matchup is sketchy, too, because, like, you have to play a lot of... You have to play a lot of the... a lot of 1-mana removal spells that you maybe necessarily wouldn't want to play before. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, I just block and still have lethal, right? So that's mostly it. It's just like I really don't want to play into... I don't want to play into blue-white control with that deck. But everything else, for the most part, I don't mind playing Enigmatic against. Like, obviously, you crush the Rakdos decks. You're reasonable against the Rakdos mid. Okay against Prowess. Like, the Prowess matchup is tough, but you can certainly build your deck in a way that makes that matchup more palatable. Okay, you're dead on board. Archfiend of the Dross has a hidden defensive ability. Hidden defensive ability of my Archfiend of the Dross. You remember. Alright, so mono red. In my mono red, I mean Gruul. Those coming in. Maybe, perhaps I want to show them my meat. One of these out. What did we do last time? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's board in the meat. Let's board in the meat. I mean, like I said, what could possibly go wrong with this hand? Playing a more black-centric Enigmatic for the last week of doing well. Thoughtseize, Thought Distortion on the board. Are you playing like the Mason Clark version? I know that Mason 5-0'd a league with main deck Fatal Push, and I want to say he also had black sideboard cards, but I don't recall 100%. But Fatal Push was, I think he had Fatal Push and Nowhere to Run. Yeah, okay, gotcha. Nowhere to Run seems kind of cool if you're worried about Boggles. Like, that card's kind of sick against Boggles. And it's still an enchantment. Like, even in the matchups where Nowhere to Run is bad, it is at least still an enchantment that you can sack to Enigmatic. So it at least has other text, right? Just YOLO, huh? Noted. I guess I was F6'd. Yeah, but I have Twin. You never mulligan Twin. Why did we keep this hand? Because I have Splinter Twin! Turns out it's not good enough, but you can't take away from me the fact that I had Splinter Twin, okay? Let's get him in game 3. I will simply get them in game number 3. Not worried. Not worried at all. Everything is fine. It does gain you life, which is kind of nice. And like, Sanctuary Warden has a similar effect, but it doesn't gain you life. Yeah, I mean, Warden is 2 bodies and a card, right? That was the difference. It's like 2 bodies and a card, and it's hard for them to kill the Warden. Mean Rotten Spam, thank you for the 14-month resub. Welcome back, Spam. Is it mean or is it rotten? Porque no los dos? Even running games. Swift Spear, Pip, Nemesis, Slickshot. Just take their 1 drop. Right. So the difference, Tandy, was that what I was thinking is I wasn't thinking about replacing any of. I wasn't going to replace any of the what you call it. I was trying to find a different 6 drop. I wasn't trying to replace the 7s, but I was trying to find a 6 drop that was different, and that's kind of where I came to Sanctuary Warden. You know. Non-token creature. You see, the reason I took the Swift Spear is because I wanted the Slickshot to be able to die to Sheoldred's Edict, but that is not going to happen. You know, knowing they have Pip, I probably should have just Field of Ruin that turn. Probably would have been a little bit better. Okay, well, they had 2 green anyways. Not looking great. What if I double field them, huh? What do you think about that? I know, like, very limited high school Spanish, but not a lot. 6-drop, they replace Tolsimir. Yeah, okay. So if you want the life specifically, then it does kind of make sense, right? It does make sense to play the Lindala. Surely they don't play a basic forest in their deck, right? That would be psychotic. I think I'm just... Okay, well, I mean, yeah. I don't think I've drawn a spell this whole game, to be fair. So that's, that's going to be tough when you don't draw spells. It's going to be a little tough. Surely my opponent has nothing, right? Oh, okay. Wait, they actually have nothing? Hold. Give me a Wrath. Wrath me! Wrath me! Damn it. Close. Trade, not take 2. Oh, sevens. All right, Mono Black Splinter Twin. I mean, I don't know. We got to do the thing a couple of times, but this mana base, I don't understand. For a Mono Black deck, come on, man. Like 4 Castle Locthwain, I just can't cast my spells. I have 6 Enter the Battlefield tap lands and 7 lands that only make colorless. And I'm like trying to double or triple spell with Duress, Fatal Push, Thoughtseize, and cast a triple black card on turn 4. Like, it's just a lot for a mono black deck, but I don't know. Maybe there is something with the Slasher plus Bloodletter stuff. I was a pretty big fan of the room. Like, this card was sick, especially with the demon package, like 4 Archfiend and 4 Bloodletter. So maybe there is something here. Just need to like clean up this part of the curve a little bit. But like these 4 cards were nice. So I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. If you're watching this on YouTube, like, subscribe, comment, do the YouTube stuff. See you next one. Bye, YouTube.